Hey guys, so last night I finished watching the movie Siren. I know probably about everybody that's watching this or is maybe watching this is going, "What the fuck is Siren?" Um, it's a movie. Out of the like I said when at the beginning of the month, I said I was going to start doing horror movie reviews for the month of October since it's Halloween and everything else. This was one of the movies I picked. And this is the one that I guarantee nobody knows much about other than me. This is like one of the most, probably for a lot of people, one of the most random movies to pick. There is a reason behind it, though, for me. It's kind of like a little backstory. In 2012, I reviewed a movie called VHS. It was a anthology horror film that found footage anthology horror film where it had a bunch of different stories like any anthology horror film has, and there was one in particular called Amateur Night, where it was about a bunch of guys, college guys, that went out on the town to try to go get laid, and they just so happened to come upon a succubus who ends up breaking havoc and killing about every one of them, and ends up abducting one of them at the end of the story. And it was really good. It was a really goddamn great short that was probably one of the best. Was easily one of the best stories in that whole freaking movie. There was a lot of shit in between, but then there was that one, and then the one at the end that was really good. But it was one that left me enough of a good impression on me. I was like, all right, that was kind of fun. It was good, it was very short but very good. Well, about a year ago, I heard that they were going to take that concept and make a feature-length movie out of it. And I was like, cool! Even with the same girl that played the succubus in the short. I'm like, hell yeah, that should be fun. And it was like a movie that was kind of was very under the radar, and it was like a very small independent film from some of the same people that made VHS worked on this one too. And I was like, all right. I said this is kind of a fun idea that's never been done before for a horror movie, like a succubus. If you don't know what a succubus is, look it up. By the way, just look it up. My mom didn't even know what the hell that was. But yeah, so I was like, all right, this should be kind of fun. I don't think I've ever seen a movie about a succubus, a horror movie about a succubus. This could be kind of fun. And it's all right. Between this and seeing Blade Runner, the one positive I can say is that this movie's only an hour and 20 minutes. And it's very short. Unlike Blade Runner, where it felt like I've been in the theater for days. It was short. And you can watch this on YouTube. It's one of those movies, it's like, you'll probably watch it and then fucking forget about it probably within a week's time, a couple days' time. It's nothing really remarkable about it. And that's kind of sad because it got decent reviews when it popped up online. And I was like, it's all right. It's like this. It was just by the end of the movie, I was like, this was all right. There was nothing terrible about it, insufferable about it. Which I was worried about because from the trailers it kind of looked like it might be insufferable, but it wasn't. The main girl, the girl who plays the succubus, that played the succubus from the short, is in this one, and she, like the short, is the best part of this fucking movie. I have no idea where they found this girl. I think, what is her name? Hannah Freeman or something like that. This is a girl that I want to see in more horror movies. This girl is freaky. She don't say very much. In the short, she didn't say much. All she said, I like you. That's all she would say, is I like you. And that's pretty much all she says in this one, too, except for a couple other words here and there. But she's really fucking creepy as hell, man. Uh, just like in the short, like there are still shots of her in the from the short, and from you can probably take from this movie too, that will give you fucking nightmares for weeks. She's really creepy. Like her eyes. That's the thing I will always never forget about is her eyes. It's like she has the biggest eyes in the world, but also one of the creepiest stares you'll ever see since like Felissa Rose from fucking Sleepaway Camp. It's that fucking terrifying. It's like that's what it was reminding me of. If you've seen Sleepaway Camp, you know what I'm fucking talking about. But yeah, she's really good. Like she's really good and really good at playing creepy. Like when she transforms into the like her true form, it is like in the short, she was really creepy whenever she would transform into her creature form, and she's creepy in this as hell. Like the makeup effects on her are really good. I really love the makeup effects. She is naked for pretty much the whole movie too. There's one short scene where she has a shirt on, but that comes off pretty fucking quick. It's like she is naked throughout the movie, and she's not a bad looking girl whatsoever. Because she's supposed to be an irresistible woman, you know, like that no guy can turn down or can resist. That's the whole, thing about it. She's not a bad looking girl, but she's terror. Like, and I remember that was the only problem I had with the fucking short was that she like. I don't care how many drunk goggles you have. I would be like, nope. I could tell right off the bat. It's just like I'd be able to tell, like, nope. Fuck that shit. I don't care how much I want to get laid. Fuck that. But like this, like it's a bunch of guys who are going to like it's a groom and his groomsmen going out for a bachelor party that originally was at like to kind of tell you the plot. It's where a grooms and his groomsmen go out to the town to have like a bachelor party at a strip club, but they kind of get bored with the strip club, which it's kind of realistic. It's like it's pretty much any guy's reaction really to any strip club. It's like you think, oh, this is gonna be a really great strip club, and it's just not very good. That was kind of funny. Like you just kind of get bored very quickly. I've noticed that anytime I've gone to a strip club, I'm not that big of a fan of them because they're like, all right, seen one tit, you seen the other any, but they end up going, or they end up getting or coming across a guy who's at the strip club who tells them about this brothel. Like this brothel-esque place that is like in the middle of nowhere, which why the fuck would you go there? That they go to, and a lot of weird shit is going on in this fucking brothel. Like I'm like, what the fuck is up with this brothel? You could make a whole movie about this thing. It's like, honestly, that's one of my problems with the movie is that I wish they would have kind of explained this fucking brothel-esque cult or brothel / cult a little bit more. What the fuck is up with this place? There's some weird shit going on in this fucking place that needs to be explained a little bit. I mean, I know you kind of have to leave stuff to imagination, but I kind of do want an explanation as to what the hell is going on in this. There's like hooded figures like watching a girl have sex. Like they look like the Black Klansmen. Like they have black hoods and they're standing there around a woman having sex. There's a woman being chained and whipped, and what the fuck is going on? And it's like, it's very fucking weird. But like I said, and they just so happen, the groomsman ends up happening to encounter the succubus, and he, like a dumbass, he frees her, and he instantly regrets it for sure. that's basically the plot of the movie, and it's like. Like I said, it's not insufferable. Like I said, one of the things I will say about this movie, like while the girl is the best part, the main guys in this movie weren't terrible. Like I'll say that they weren't insufferable. Like it's the groomsman is like the stereotypical straight man that you see in horror movies, and then he has his brother who's this wild, crazy guy that you see in all kinds of horror movies. And there's like that's pretty much it because the other two are really indistinguishable. There's one that is like the groom's best friend for years, and really that's all you know about him. And then there's the one that's I think a geeky guy who happens to drink this fucking weird ass drink where he experiences like other people's experiences, like, and apparently he experienced experiences of a murderer, a guy who would murder women, and it's really fucking weird. It's really weird to describe what the hell goes on in this thing. Like, there's, like I said, with this cult / brothel, there's also like a Medusa lady. They take memories from people. It's like, what the hell is going? Like I said, that's its own kind of movie. It feels like a separate movie was just mixed in with a fucking movie about a succubus, which really didn't need to be. It's like you have a kind of a fun concept about a woman who's an irresistible woman who's just will not leave this guy alone because he made the mistake of freeing the wrong fucking woman. Because he thinks she's in like sex trafficking, but she is just this crazy fucking demonic monster. It's really good. Like I said, like I like when you have the stuff with the like the last half of the hour or whatever when the succubus becomes free. That's the best stuff in the whole movie. It's like kind of like him and his buddies trying to hide from this fucking monster, and also this cult who's trying to hunt them down because they released the succubus to the world, and they from their captivity. And it's like I said, it was fine. It's like I said, it's on YouTube. It's been out for a year or two. Like I said, this is gonna be the one that probably this is probably a review nobody's gonna watch, but it's a very weird movie. It's not what I recommend. Like, it's on. You can rent it on fucking YouTube for $4. If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, go ahead. It's nothing bad about it. It's far from it. Like, I will say this, I figured out where the fuck it was going by the end of the movie. Like, it was no shock what happens at the end of this movie. Like, you kind of can see it coming a mile fucking away. I think even the trailer kind of gave it away too, but yeah, it's a fine film. It's harmless. Like I said, it's not far from the worst horror movie I've seen in the last few years. Trust me. I've seen a hell lot worse than this. I feel like it does feel like there was a really missed opportunity with making this kind of unique horror movie about it. Like I said, a succubus, which I've never seen done before. And this girl who, like I said, the girl who plays the succubus is fucking great. Her name's Lilith in this movie too. I should say that. She is great. Like she was in the short. She's the shining beacon of this whole fucking thing. So yeah, I guess it's kind of a mild recommendation, I guess. So check it out if you want to. That's as far as Siren goes. I'll be back tomorrow with Happy Death Day, probably tomorrow or next couple days. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.